Good morning, Believe Nation. Today's message is learn from everyone. Over to you, Nicki Minaj.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.
When people see there's one person that's getting a lot of shine or notoriety or whatever, it makes them feel unhappy with themselves. I mean, the small-minded people feel unhappy with themselves, but the intelligent girls just take, the things that they like from me and my journey, and they apply it to their journey. And I think if I had it my way, that's what they'd all do. I mean, everybody's not gonna like Nicki Minaj, you know what I mean? Everybody's not gonna like the way I look and what I do. But I think if you're smart, you would take from me and figure out why everybody's talking about me, and I mean that would be the smart thing to do. And I think they don't know how to express that, so they express it with anger and jealousy and hatred, and then that consumes them, and and I'm still here.
When people ask me who some of my mentors are, I often get criticized for some of the people that I pick. If I pick Howard Schultz from Starbucks, people are fine. If I pick Walt Disney, people are fine. If I pick E.P. Giannini, people are fine. But if I start talking about Steve Jobs or Donald Trump or Kanye West, people start to freak out. How can you look up to these people? They treat people so poorly. They make so many bad decisions. And the thing that you need to understand is there is no perfect version of you except what you can create for yourself. I don't look up to Donald Trump and say, I want to be the next Donald Trump. But I can learn something from him, and so can you, to be the best version of you. Regardless of, if we just look at Trump, regardless of your political affiliation, you may love him, you may hate him, it doesn't matter. There are some things from him, as an example, how he thinks big, how he can communicate. That big thinking is what initially attracted me to him. It forces me to think about how I can make my business bigger. Whether you would vote for him or not, you can learn from him on how to think bigger, on how to make things clear for people to understand. You look at Steve Jobs and you may think, well, the guy treated his employees like crap, he worked them to the bone, people couldn't work with him well. Great. Don't do that. Why do you look at the one negative thing that somebody has and then say, I can't learn anything from this person? He built the most valuable company in the world. You can learn from him to make you a better entrepreneur. People look at Kanye West and say he's done all these crazy things, right? All these crazy stunts, and he's maybe too much of a loudmouth. Great. Again, don't do that. You've got a guy in Kanye who has won more Grammy Awards than anybody at his age. He's one of the best-selling artists of all time. He's in Time Magazine's most influential people. This guy has done a lot. You can learn from him even if you hate him. For me, I would look to him as somebody who is not afraid to express himself. How many times have you been afraid to express yourself? You had this idea that you wanted to tell somebody and you were too afraid to do it. Or you had this thing you wanted to act on and the little voices inside your head say, don't do that, you can't do that, you're not good enough, whatever. That's when I would tune into the Kanye West inside me and say, I'm gonna go out and do it. I'm gonna be unafraid of how people will think of me or treat me. I am going to do it because my intention is good. And that doesn't mean I have to get up on stage and take an award away from Taylor Swift to do something crazy, but it can help give me the courage to go out and do something that I may not have had before. And so learning from all these people, they've had success. You can learn from them to make you the best version of yourself. And it just boggles my mind that people would look at somebody who's achieved tons of success in a field that they want to get into, and because they've done a couple things that they don't align with, that everything else they've done that maybe they can learn from, they immediately throw away. There's no one person that you can learn everything from to help you become the best version of yourself. If you want to launch a YouTube channel, you might look at mine. You might admire the work ethic. You might admire that we're putting out 3 to 4 videos a day and how much work goes into that and the consistency of doing that for a long period of time. Maybe you like that, but maybe you don't like my vibe. Maybe you don't like how I'm yelling at you. Maybe you want to be a lot softer. Maybe you want to be a lot more empathetic or whatever it is. It's something about me that you don't like. That's cool. Instead of writing me off, you can learn from some of the things that we're doing to make you the best YouTuber that you can be. And so for people who hate on Nicki Minaj, great. There may be some things that she does that you just can't stand. Who cares? Ignore that stuff. If there's 10 rules that we do on her, maybe 9 of them are not relevant to you, but there's one that touches you a little bit. I've given quotes of Kanye as an example and said, hey, this is a really good quote, use it. And I didn't say who the name was. Oh, that's a really good quote. And then I find out who said it. Like, oh, that's Kanye who said that? People attach so much stigma to the name, and it shocks me how much unwillingness they have to learn from people just because they've done some crazy things in their life. And so don't shut yourself off to learning. If you only put one person and say, this is the guy or girl who's gonna lead me to success, they're gonna let you down because they're not perfect. So you can learn how to be a great husband or wife from somebody. You can learn how to be a great marketer from someone else. You can learn how to be great at raising capital from somebody else. Take all these bits and pieces from the people that have done great things, throw away everything else, and those will help you make the best version of yourself. So the question today is, I'm curious what you have learned from different people, from different entrepreneurs and different people in your life. What are some of the characteristics, maybe 5 things that you've learned from 5 different people that maybe recognize? Leave it in the comments below. Super curious to see what you guys mention. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Continue to believe, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning for another shot of Espresso.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.